Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best 4K TV.
Starting at number 5.
LG B3 series. The LG B3 OLED is the best mid-range TV we've tested if you want something cheaper and still want high-end features. It's a great mid-range TV and can be an excellent entry point into the OLED market. The TV has all the features of the more expensive LG C3 OLED, but the B3 is dimmer and has only 2 HDMI 2.1 bandwidth ports. It still delivers outstanding picture quality, especially in a dark room, with its near-infinite contrast ratio delivering deep, inky blacks with no distracting blooming. Its built-in WebOS platform is just as fast on this lower-tier model, and it still has very good image processing, so it has no issues upscaling lower-resolution content if you watch DVDs, cable boxes, or Blu-rays. It also has Dolby Vision HDR and supports DTS advanced audio formats, which is great for physical media as it tends to use DTS for their audio tracks. And just like other OLEDs, its viewing angle is fantastic, so viewers can watch the TV from all over the room with no degradation in their viewing experience. Like the C3, this TV has a wide color gamut and is extremely accurate without any calibration, so movies look as the content creator intended. This TV is also great for gaming, as it's compatible with every VRR technology, has a fantastic response time, and has an extremely low input lag. Its 2 HDMI 2.1 ports have up to 4K at 120Hz support, although unfortunately, like on the Sony Bravia 9 QLED, one of its HDMI 2.1 ports also doubles as the TV's eARC port, leaving you with only one high-speed port if you have a soundbar connected through eARC.
Coming at number 4.
LG C3 series. If you want a good home entertainment OLED but don't want to get the expensive Sony A95L OLED, check out one of the best upper mid-range TVs we've tested, the LG C3 OLED. It's a premium TV that delivers stunning picture quality, especially in dark rooms, and thanks to its near-infinite contrast ratio, there's no blooming around bright objects. It gets bright enough to fight glare even in moderately lit rooms, and the reflection handling is incredible, but its colors aren't as bright as some of our other picks. The LG partly makes up for it with its versatility, as it has very good image processing, has Dolby Vision HDR support with Dolby Vision gaming at 120Hz, and can pass through advanced DTS audio formats. Like the Sony TVs, the LG supports Dolby Vision HDR, which is more widely used than Samsung's competing HDR10+. The TV is available in a wider range of sizes, from a small 42-inch to an impressive 83-inch option. It's an amazing TV for gaming thanks to its nearly instantaneous response time, low input lag, and great selection of gaming features. It supports HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on all 4 inputs, meaning you can take full advantage of the PS5 and Xbox Series X's capabilities with 4K at 120 frames per second gaming. It has native FreeSync, HDMI 4 VRR support, and GSWC compatibility to reduce screen tearing. If you love this TV but wish it were more vibrant, consider the more expensive LG G3 OLED. The G3 is one of the brightest OLEDs on the market and is certainly brighter than the C3, but it's not worth the price difference for most people. 2024's LG C4 OLED is also available. It can do up to 4K at 144Hz, is a bit more accurate with HDR content, and gets a bit brighter in HDR. Unfortunately, the TV is quite expensive near release. Unless you're a PC gamer who needs 144Hz or you really want those other minor upgrades, you're better off getting the cheaper C3 while it's on sale.
At number 3.
Sony 65-inch. If you need a TV for a room with a lot of lights on, the Sony Bravia 9 QLED is an amazing option. Its superb reflection handling and SDR brightness mean it easily overcomes glare in the brightest rooms, so you aren't distracted by reflections on your TV screen. This makes it the best TV in 2024 for a very bright room. As impressive as this TV is in a bright room, it's also spectacular for use in a dark room. It has exceptional contrast that delivers incredibly deep blacks that are close to what you get from an OLED, with almost no blooming, thanks to its highly effective local dimming control. It's also a great option for 4K Blu-ray collectors or those looking to get the most out of high-quality streaming services due to its support for Dolby Vision and DTS audio formats. The TV's image processing is excellent for upscaling and smoothing out low-quality content. It's also very accurate in both SDR and HDR, delivering an image that respects the content creator's intent. Unfortunately, its viewing angle is mediocre. It's not the best option if you regularly watch shows or movies with a big group of friends since the image degrades when viewed from the sides of the screen. However, it's a great option if you need a TV that pairs well with modern consoles. It has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on 2 ports, up to 4K at 120 Hz, and supports VRR, so it's fully compatible with the PS5 and Xbox Series X, S. On top of those features, the TV has a quick response time for minimal blur behind fast motion and incredibly low input lag for a responsive gaming experience. If the Bravia 9 is too expensive and you still want a Sony TV, you could opt for last year's cheaper Sony X93L/X93CL instead. Although its contrast isn't nearly as good as the Bravia 9's, it still delivers fairly deep blacks in a dark room. It's not as bright either, but it's bright enough to overcome glare in a well-lit room, and you still get Sony's fantastic accuracy and image processing.
Number 2 of my list.
Sony QD-OLED. If you're looking for the absolute best TV for a home theater setup and don't care as much about the price, check out the Sony A95L OLED. Although it's a very similar TV to the Samsung S90C OLED, it's better for home theaters thanks to its advanced video format support. Compared to Samsung's HDR10 Plus format, the Sony TV supports the more popular Dolby Vision HDR, so you'll enjoy the most advanced HDR experience possible from almost any source. Sony's processing does a better job following the content creator's intent, so the brightness and colors of HDR content look the way they're supposed to. It also offers better audio format support than the Samsung, including DTS X pass-through over eARC, so you can simplify your connection to your audio-video receiver by running everything through your TV without sacrificing audio quality. Like the Samsung TV, it looks stunning in a dark room thanks to its nearly infinite contrast ratio, delivering perfect blacks with no distracting blooming around bright areas of the screen. Finally, the TV is available in 3 sizes, 55, 65, and 77 inches. Unfortunately, the A95L is very expensive, so if you want a Sony OLED specifically for its processing capabilities, the Sony A80L/A80CL OLED is much cheaper. Still, it's a big step down in brightness and color vibrancy.
And number 1.
Samsung 83-inch. The best TV we've tested is the Samsung S90C OLED. It's a fantastic TV with a great selection of extra features and incredible picture quality. It looks outstanding in a dark room thanks to its nearly infinite contrast ratio and perfect black uniformity, with no distracting blooming around bright areas of the screen. HDR content looks fantastic thanks to its high peak brightness, wide color gamut, and incredibly vibrant and realistic colors. Unlike some other TVs, the Samsung model doesn't support Dolby Vision HDR, nor does it support advanced DTS audio formats. However, it does support Samsung's less widely used HDR10 Plus format. It's available in 4 sizes, 55, 65, 77, and 83 inches, although the 83-inch model uses a OLED panel, so it looks different from the smaller sizes. The built-in Tizen OS interface is easy to use and has a great selection of streaming apps and games. It's a fantastic TV for console gamers looking to get the most out of their Xbox Series X or PS5. It's also perfect for gamers wanting to take advantage of their recent PC GPU, as it supports 4K at 144 Hz gaming on all 4 HDMI ports and variable refresh rate (VRR) technology to help reduce screen tearing. If you have money to burn, you could opt for the Samsung S95C OLED instead. It's Samsung's 2023 flagship option and is an amazing TV. It's brighter than the S90C, but for most people, it's not worth the significant price premium over its lower-tier sibling.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.